And we're live. Let me pull the chat up.
I'm going to do the same.
Hey, Diane. Hold on. Let me make sure I... There we go. Hold on, everybody. I'm getting... See if I can make the chat bigger so I can... Hey, Fancy Face, Diane, Donna, Emily. Everybody say hi to Shells. This is her first time being on a live.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, we see you, Donna. Emily. Is court in session? Yes. Hey, Kathy. Carrie. And this is an open panel, so if anybody has any input, I'll gladly send you a link.
Hi, Carrie. Hi, we see you. Hi, Donna. Hello, everybody.
We had a little technical difficulty. You couldn't hear. Sometimes that happens to B, and she has to restart. So at least we know that now. Penny Pincher, Miss Christie, Teresa. You've been watching the trial. Good, Tina. If you want to come up. Hey, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Liberty. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sandy Law.
I love Sandy Law. I love everybody, you know that, but Sandy is special in my heart. And I am learning to make a shawl, Sandy. It's not going to be as good as your shawl, but I've been working on it for like 2 weeks.
Am I like delayed or something? Because on my YouTube, I'm delayed.
Do you have... what do you have pulled up? Do you have Hangouts pulled up, or are you on the Hey Hopi Kit Kat? Did you pull Hangouts back up?
Yeah, here's Hangouts.
Okay, pull it up, and then you won't be delayed probably.
Okay.
Hey, what you got to say? Shells is beautiful.
Oh, you guys need Specsavers, but thank you.
Specsavers. I'm working on the Phoenix blanket. I'll have to look that up. A lot of little stitches. Okay, so who all in here? I don't know how many people's in, and I didn't expect a big turnout for this. So, because I know that, that it bothers people with it being a baby. So let me see if it tells me how many is watching. We got 65, which is pretty good for a murder stream. Good, Ann. I'm too. Hey, Pixie. So if we're going to start off with the guilty or innocent, what do you? We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. 1, guilty. 2, innocent. 3, undecided. How's that? Hey, Mayor. Hey, Diesel. Guilty, 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 guilty. Colleen, hey. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Kathy, are you watching? I'm so proud of you. Sky says guilty. Mary says good. Wait, oh, Jennifer Guster, good girl. We have an undecided. 50% of the testimony, so it's a 3. Hey, Black Cat Lover, 4. Diesel says, I don't know the case. 4. No, Diesel, whatever I decide, you're with me. Because we're friends like that. Guilty. Kit Kat's guilty. What is the backstory? Okay. We'll give a little backstory, and if I mess it up, you correct me, okay? Because I have missed quite a bit.
Okay.
From stupid work. Hope you hadn't seen it yet. The backstory is that 2 babies were put in foster care. Let's say one was 2, one was 4. This was their last, well, not their last foster home. This was this was one of Layla's last foster home. Hey, Uber, hugs back. They said the 911 call says that she's choking on a chicken nugget. But when they get the child is gone. She's passed away and covered in bruises. Let's say her spleen is severed. No. Yeah, it's busted. Right?
Yeah, and she had internal bleeding because of it.
Yeah.
Was it her spleen or her pancreas?
I think her pancreas was separated from her body and her spleen was busted. I think that's what it was.
I think so too.
Yeah. 2 years old. So we'll start from the beginning because I want to go through this trial. I'm so into it that I want to do more than just one stream with it. Pancreas. There was something detached. So her pancreas was busted. B was explaining to me today the impact that it has to take to bust something like that. By the way, listening to her sister testify. Oh, yes. Hey, Andy. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, I'm guilty. Liver split, pancreas and tooth. Thank you, Kathy. I'm proud of Kathy. Is B in here? She had to work. And so if she got a break, she was just going to pop in the chat. Were they doing the Heimlich maneuver wrong and injure her? That's her story. She was doing the Heimlich maneuver wrong and she was doing CPR. Right, Tina, right. We're getting to that, definitely. So go ahead and start, Shells.
Right. So from what I understand, and I have some questions about this as well. When she went to do the Heimlich maneuver on this little girl, for some reason, she went into the kitchen, and I know she had a butter knife when she was trying to dislodge this supposed piece of chicken in the kid's throat. And some people have said that she used it as a tongue depressor to try to clear her airway. Others have said that she actually put the knife into her throat. So I'm not clear on that. But the other thing that bothers me is when she went into the kitchen, did she maybe take the baby and, kind of wedge her against the sink in order to help her do the Heimlich? I'm not sure about that either, but how hard, even if she did that, being, naive, not knowing how to do it, if she had done that, how much pressure had she, like you said, how much force would have been used to detach her pancreas or, cause that kind of damage? So those are questions that I have because I've just, like I said, I've been watching this. I got through day 4 of the trial, and then I saw a little snippet of what I told you about earlier about the police interview. So I'm kind of not understanding what it was that she actually did with this baby when she claimed it was choking. And so I'd like, I really want to hear from the medical examiner. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I want to hear. But the other thing was, remember I DM'd you because that little video that I gave you, where they were saying that Jennifer targeted this girl, like she was in the courtroom when this girl was, going to court for, her children being taken away. Now, why the hell was she in the courtroom unless she was there scoping it out? I mean,
right.
And then the neighbor, was she in a wheelchair? The ex-neighbor?
Oh yeah. The daughter was in some
Yeah.
type of.
But she made a statement in
Yes, I did,
court.
Amber. Hey, Tammy King. Tammy K. Just dog somebody right quick. I miss your face, Tammy. I'm sorry I said your name. Sorry, go ahead. Can't believe I said that.
But the other thing was that neighbor's daughter. She made a statement about Jennifer, talking to her about, her having the kids, and that it was karma for this other girl, the mother of the kids. And that just struck me as like odd. Like, why would you say that? And if it's true, I mean, isn't that motive? I mean, grew up in the same foster home. There was animosity, cause like you said, they fought over a boy.
Yeah, they fought
Um,
over some boy and her getting on drugs and saying, I think maybe she meant karma, as in that other girl's life sucks now. Maybe she won the boy. She's a very pretty girl.
yeah.
Maybe she won the boy, and her karma was that she lost her kids. But as in it, I have, of course, y'all know that I went and stalked the mom's Facebook. Has anybody else went and looked up the mom's Facebook?
I haven't, no.
Thank you, Tammy. I feel better because y'all, I don't like, I'm sorry. How many parents pray the kids sleep in the car the second they are strapped? These babies were baby. Right, Sandy, right. But so I go to the mom's Facebook. Let's keep in mind these kids had never ever really lived with their mom. Never. I mean, they stayed with their mama once in a while, and I know that I have compassion for addicts. We know that. But
Sugar Booger, it was actually the foster parents,
the foster.
girls.
Oh, me too, Amma. Me too. Okay, so the mom, not only was she an addict, she kept having kids. I think she's got what, 3 now? Had 3.
Yeah.
She just picked up her white chip to get clean, maybe 5 days before this trial started. She just is trying to get clean. I'm so mad at the bio mom because she wants to play victim. She has yes, Kathy, she has got a civil suit against them. And I'm getting a little choked up because I don't think she deserves a penny, not one freaking cent. I don't think she should get anything because she sucked 4 kids. I thought it was 4. She just kept having kids, and she decides to get clean so she could come testify at this trial. She has a civil suit. Oh, thank you. I can't. I'm lagging a little bit too. I'll read this out when it gets up here. So I'm mad at the mom. I'm mad because all these family members, and how many foster parents have testified so far? 3 that these kids have lived with. P-Day, thank you. So glad I caught your live. Sorry, I'm a little tardy. It's okay. Thank you for being here.
What I had mixed feelings about with the mom was, okay, when she was being questioned by the defense attorney, she was kind of making it sound like, okay, you're a big piece of shit. And yeah, maybe she was a big piece of shit. I mean, she didn't do for her kids. And it seems like she actually did care more about her drugs than her children. But I have mixed feelings about that because if all the times that CPS was called on her or DFACS was involved,
Mm-hmm.
why did she not get put into drug rehab, or did she ever try? I mean, what's the story behind that? I don't know about what resources were made available to her. But at the same time, yeah, I think you're a piece of shit if you don't take care of your kids. That's my opinion. But I did not agree with the way she was treated by the defense.
Oh no.
In a way, she is responsible for what happened to her daughter because she wasn't there for them. She didn't take care of them.
Yeah, they had a lot of foster parents. I don't really know exactly why they switched them so much, but they did have a lot. Well, here's the thing with the mom. Hey, Metallic. I have reached out. I met somebody in the live chat on 11 Alive, like we're talking about, that they go live with the whole trial, that knows the mom. And she followed me on Instagram. I never get on Instagram, but I am now, and I'm gonna try to get her up here. She and maybe she can give a little backstory. Did she try to get clean? When you're on drugs, you're gonna pick drugs over your kids. Can't say it's on purpose, can't say it's not on purpose. It's just something that you do. I'm just still mad at her. I'm mad because of how the baby was done. Then does everybody in here that's watching know that the mom and the foster mom were in a foster home together? Do people get money to be foster parents? Yeah, I bet they do, but I don't think it's a whole lot. I'm not sure. But this woman, she just said she's seen the kids and she said, I want to be their foster mom. She worked in that place, in the courthouse or whatever.
Yeah, she was interning. Wasn't she interning for the DA or something?
Yeah, something like that. And they let her. She didn't go through any screening, anything that we would have to go through. And I'm pretty, they were in there together and they got in a fight over a boy.
Right. And what was really interesting about that was one of the CFAX workers testified that if she had applied under her maiden name and she got denied. And so then she came back and applied under her married name and she was approved. But
Tammy,
she used her boss, who was...
Have you, Pam? Go ahead. Pam's been watching the trial too. Hey, Zigzag. Go ahead. Yeah,
she used her boss, who was, had influence, and she had her send them an email saying, what's taking so long to get her approved. And so they just hurried it right along and said, oh, well, let's go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. If I interrupt you, I apologize. She has a little bit of an accent. She is in Ireland.
Oh, hi, Ridgemont. Hi, Ziggy. So I was really kind of upset about that because they failed the kids just by not even doing the proper checks. And I mean, if they had run her, they said if they had run her maiden name through the system and found out that she was a foster child, they wouldn't have approved her at all. Just based on that.
Oh, but they went around she didn't have to do what normal people would do.
No, she didn't.
I don't know if she's just, the state definitely, for everybody that these kids have been in contact with, have failed these kids. Everybody.
Yeah.
The coroner is real. That's what I'm waiting on, is for the coroner not the coroner, but the medical examiner.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear this. I mean, I want to hear, because it's going to, solidify that these people need to be in jail for me. But at the same time, I don't want to hear it because it's going to be horrific.
The charge nurse was upset. I saw a little bit of it when she started crying. And, oh, yeah, I know. I did see all that. Said that they were on the couch and Joseph was propped back with his arms up, and she didn't cry. It's a lawyer who helped. I don't think anybody's in trouble, and I think everybody should be in trouble, from all the DCS, or what do y'all call them? The DFAX workers. Everybody that was involved should be in trouble for what they obviously didn't check up on these kids. They Let's get to the broken leg. They have went on and on and on. I mean, how many has there been? 3 people on the stand from the gymnastics place. She had her leg broken, and the cast looked like it was all the way up to her hip. They
Yeah.
said she done it in gymnastics. She was never in gymnastics.
Yeah,
Yes, Sandy.
she wasn't enrolled at all.
Mm-mm.
Hopey Dopey, about the lawyer that helped her push it through. No, she testified that she was not in trouble for this, but the person who originally denied the woman because she applied under her maiden name for some reason, and she was denied because she was in foster care. So when she turned around and she applied again under her married name, nobody went back and checked to make sure, that her maiden name wasn't listed as, being in the foster care system herself. And so those people were fired. Those people were let go. But no, the woman who pushed it through, she maintained her position and she wasn't in trouble. So
That's crazy to me. When you've got the nurses who see stuff, no telling what they say, because B has told me some stuff, only just parts of what she has seen. And when the nurses tear up, but the supposed parents, and she had these kids calling her mommy. So, and you don't even cry. And okay, listen, when I had my oldest, I was 18 years old. She got choked on a French fry, and I was so mad because my friend, it was a friend of mine that gave her the French fry. I didn't give her food like that. She was sitting in a high chair, but I still didn't trust it. I was scared. And she got choked. Never in a million years, as an 18-year-old that had really no idea what to do with a baby other than just play with her and love her, would I've stuck a butter knife in her mouth. When she got choked, my friend reached down and grabbed the French fry and pulled it out. I was freaking out. Who would think to put a butter knife down their throat?
yeah, because most people, you want to
Yes,
act while you're there. You're not going to run to the kitchen to get a butter knife when you can just use your finger to depress the tongue. I mean, that's just common sense. I don't know. The whole situation really pisses me off because then they didn't find any vomit from the little girl. They didn't find any indication that she had anything in her throat at all. And that right there says this is a lie.
See, that breaks my heart. Every child that comes in called me mom. It's sad because these kids don't have a mom. I don't know. I've never heard of using a butter knife too either. I mean,
yeah.
But okay, if they called you mom because you definitely was a mom figure. So if something happened to one of them, you would definitely cry and be upset. You can love anybody's kid like your own. They don't have to be yours. For her to not even cry, you can hear on the 911 call, she's not crying. She's saying, I hope I didn't break ribs. Well, listen, if your kid's dying, that's the last thing you're worried about is breaking a rib. Big deal. A broke rib can be fixed.
See, I think that was said to try to, be used as an excuse for why the child was in the state she was. Oh, well, I had to do compressions on her. I might have hurt her.
Right. Me either. I wouldn't put butter knife down. Even my dog, even one of my dogs, if they were choking, I wouldn't use a butter knife.
That's ridiculous. And like I said, I'm still wondering, did she just use it to depress the tongue, or did she actually stick the butter knife down her throat? Somebody said I was watching live chats, and somebody actually said that she stuck it down the girl's throat. But, you can't believe everything you see in chat.
Lacey, if you decide you want to Lace with Lacey is all over this too. She's watching it, and we've been talking in DMs. And Miss Brown's daughter always is that the daughter that testified today? Because I didn't, you know what? I don't know if you saw that or not, and I probably shouldn't jump ahead, but I didn't believe her. I didn't believe some of the stuff she was saying because it wasn't in the statement, and it was when what's the oldest? Millie ran into her arms and said, Jennifer killed Layla and I'm covered in bruises. I don't believe that.
Can we just talk about the defense attorney for a minute? She drives me fucking batty. I can't stand her.
If you can't hear me, let me know. Blah, blah, blah. We can't hear you. Speak up and ask. Everybody's getting mad at her.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm talking about the defense attorney. Every time she gets up, she's like, let me know if you can't hear. And you know, they're paying big bucks for her. She's not court appointed.
Right. But that being said, you would think she would be better at her job, because let me just point out a few things. First of all, in her opening statement.
No, Jennifer, just one was in it. What in the home? She had one after all this happened. She's had a baby and lost it since Layla has died. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right.
I get worked up with the same daddy as Layla.
Well, so this defense attorney, Corinne Mall, right? In her opening statement, what really pissed me off was that Millie was 4 years old when Layla died. Okay? And she turned around and she said, right in her opening statement, that Millie was a liar. Now, that rubbed me the wrong way right away, because what 4-year-old doesn't say, you know, when you say, did you break that? And they say, no. I mean, what 4-year-old doesn't do that? 4-year-olds, sometimes they don't understand the difference between the lie and the truth. They just don't want to get in trouble. So they say whatever to stay out of trouble.
I think they're okay with money. I don't think they're rich, but I think they're okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Shells.
Right. And so that rubbed me the wrong way when she started calling a 4-year-old a liar. Okay. And she flat out said it. Millie is a liar.
And the truth is this, okay, did you break that? No. This is a 4-year-old. Did you break that in the floor? No, I didn't. Do I look fat today? Yes.
Yeah.
They're most honest. They're going to tell you what happened. They may not admit to their part, but they are definitely honest.
Right. So that was the number one thing that rubbed me wrong. Now, the second thing what I do when she comes on is I put the speed up on the video, because she takes so long to ask a question, but then she doesn't put it as a question. She states it like it's a statement. And so the people don't know if she is asking a question or if she's telling them that's what happened. And I've never seen an attorney have to keep repeating the questions over and over and clarifying that it is a question. And it's so annoying. And then the whole, let me show you 112 pictures, and yes, I'm not going to tell you why we're looking at this picture or what we're looking for, or what significance this picture has. Just tell me, do you know the people in the picture? I don't get where she's going with her defense. And the way she kept interrupting Layla's grandmother on the stand, she was objecting over the most ridiculous things. Yeah. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way. And I can't see a jury liking her or understanding their defense. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. I can't. the defense is going to be something else because, oh, thank you, Hopi. Because I can't wait to see these idiots not only try to defend themselves, but with her as their leader trying to defend them.
Right.
I mean, because once that autopsy comes out, they're buried. They
Yeah.
are as good as buried. The man yesterday that, and I guess it was yesterday, it was last night when I watched it, when he said that the arm was broken at least, 5 to 10 days before she died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope not a mistrial. Then that proves right there. She had a broke arm. They never took her to the hospital. There's no reports of a broken arm. And then the defense lawyer she gets up there and she tries every way in the world to trip him up on what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Even though English is obviously not his first language, he's telling her, no, this is what Millie said. Jennifer came up the stairs and said, we killed Layla. Oh, see, I didn't hear her say that. When she was on the stand, I just heard her say they got whipped for falling asleep in the car and for not getting ready fast enough. Thank you, Hopi. Hey, lip gloss kitten.
For anyone who's interested in the trial, if you haven't been watching it, if you go to this channel called 11 Alive,
I just put the link in, and I think Hopi did too.
Great,
Mhm.
great. Yeah, it's really interesting. And if you just want to get the highlights, they do little clips, and so you don't have to sit through 8 hours of testimony.
All right, Reggie. Have a good night.
Good night, Reggie.
Well, and also the crime. Let's see. It's the crime. I think Crime Network. They also do. Law and Crime Network is the name of it on here, and they'll also do little clips and sometimes their audio is better than 11 Alive.
Millie's been on the stand. I think she's been on twice now.
I just heard her once.
Because I actually saw a clip today that they were asking her questions that they didn't ask the first time around, and it was a different person asking her the question. So I'm not sure if it was the trial or if it was like the police interviewing her. So I'm not sure which it was, but it breaks my heart every time I hear her talking,
Oh, I know. And okay, who spanks for falling asleep? But who in the world would spank any child that had been through what these kids have been through for anything?
Yeah.
Golly. You know what? And I said today to Diane, I said, it's taken everything in me not to road trip to go find this woman. Have they even spent one night in jail?
I don't know, but the clip that I saw, I haven't seen her cry yet. Now I know she did one time, but I haven't watched that yet.
A 911 call.
Yeah, but the only time I've seen her cry was that clip that I saw today, where they were telling her in the police station when they were interviewing her that the medical examiner ruled that as a non-accidental death. And that's when she just started crying. And then they cut the video off. But
Not
that's
yet,
yeah, it's like, oh, now she's crying because she knows she's in trouble. And so that's how I took that. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is her best friend, the bridesmaid, when she testified. I wanted to smack that girl. I really did. If I could have crawled through YouTube and, bitch slapped her, I would have. Because while she was on the stand, she kept any question that they asked her that would not implicate
Okay,
her BFFs, the Rosenbaums. Any question that they asked her that would not implicate them, she would nod yes when she was answering it or whatever. Her head would be going yes. But every time they asked her a question that would implicate them, she was saying yes, but her head was shaking no, right? And it's like, that's one of the telltale signs that somebody's lying.
Yep.
And it's like an unconscious thing that happens. And she also did the duper's delight smile as well. And so I don't I don't have any idea why the prosecutors called her as a witness other than to show these telltale signs that she's a liar, because it was obvious. It was really obvious. And she kept looking over at them, at the Rosenbaums too, almost kind of like, was she getting cues from them, or was she reassuring them that she had their back? Or
I think that's what she's, because she announced, yeah, she's my best friend. And I'm listen, I'm that what when I'm your friend, I'm your friend. You do something wrong, I'm still your friend. I don't care. But I being her best friend, I would not be proud of it. And that there was a girl today that said that she just quit being friends with her. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. Because of basically when she found out what happened to the baby. But if you hurt a baby, hey, bashful dame, I'm not going to be your friend. I'm not going to have anything to do with you. For her to sit up there and be so smug and happy about being her friend, like, you just think you're getting your 15 minutes because people are going to eat her alive.
Yeah. And she was really flippant about it. It was like somebody needed to go in there and remind her of why she was there, that, a baby was dead.
Yes.
And because she didn't give a shit. It didn't seem like she cared at all. Like, it didn't bother her one bit,
Right.
Can stand her.
Were you at the birthday party? Yes, I was at the birthday party. Well, then why did she had a bruise on her little face at the birthday party? And did y'all see the weight loss? They said that she was, that we'll hear when the medical examiner finally comes up. But the picture alone shows the difference. And I know when your kids have a growth spurt, they do seem to lose weight. But this is how many months? July to November. How different she looked. I don't know if y'all can see that or not.
Yeah. That's sickening. That really sickens me.
Yeah. And in this picture, she has a little knot right there. You could see a knot on her head, which, listen, babies get knots, but they don't lose that much weight that quick.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to talk about weight, but Jennifer, she hadn't skipped any meals.
No.
That baby sure did.
And what sickens me about this whole thing is how many doctors, nurses, DFACS workers, how many people saw this little girl, and they had to have noticed. I mean, they had to have. The people that kept revisiting these workers, they had to have noticed. And it just pisses me off that, I don't know.
Did they notice? Because they didn't do their follow-ups like they were supposed to.
Just
right. It doesn't look like a growth spurt. She looks, the mom, yesterday was Layla's birthday, and her mom said something about it on Facebook. And she put a little video. Let me find her. Let's see. I don't know if it's got. Mama. It's heartbreaking.
Aww.
Yeah. No, they don't have kids of their own, thank God. I don't think the workers did any visits. Have they mentioned any visits so far?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm only on day 4 of the trial. I'm behind.
I think I think they're going to say she's malnourished. I do.
that was one of the things that I wanted to find out from the medical examiner as well. Was she malnourished? I would think she would be. Um, it just really breaks my heart, because everybody testified, like all the foster parents before Jennifer, said that that girl loved to eat. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she loved to eat. She loved food, and she wasn't picky.
Yeah.
So the fact that she looked so horrible, and then it's just, and her hair does look like she's lost hair.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't happen unless somebody is malnourished.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's one of the first things, your hair starts falling out. It's so for them to not, I don't know. I don't think they done their visits. I don't think they cared about these kids. I think they were sick of them. And I think they were definitely, I'm not at a place, Lacey, where I feel bad for Tessa, but I'm having a hard time dealing with her. She is very cute. Somebody, because I read in the chat, and I don't know if this is true, that she was not out in the courtroom. And I hope that's not true.
yeah, I hope so too, because that's just like throwing salt in a wound. I mean, it's bad enough what they were doing to her, because I believe that they abused her. There's no other explanation for the injuries that she had. There's no other explanation for all the bruises. Um, and I believe Millie when she testified. I believed what she said.
I believe what she said.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm really anxious to hear what the medical examiner says.
Me too. And I think that'll be a good stream whenever we find out what else she did. And Pam said she thought this would be a mistrial. I don't see how it could be. The evidence is strong.
Yeah. Um, I need to plug in my computer.
Yeah, I just had to do that. Right, Lacey. Yeah, it's on YouTube, Carrie. Oh yeah, the baby died. Law and Crime. Law and Crime is a good place to find the snippets. They're well, the day one, I think it was when it was the coroner that said the first thing he noticed when he saw the baby was that she was covered in bruises. That was the first day of the trial. And that's not, when you hear somebody choking, that's not what you look for. So was the bio mom visiting her and in rehab? No, sweet Susie. Well, she has some visits, but then she said Jennifer kept coming up with excuses for her not to see Layla. And she would say she's at daycare, and then come to find out she was never in daycare. Then she would say she's at gymnastics, and she was never at gymnastics. Hey, Crystal says so. So the system fails a lot of children, but then you got to look at how many kids now, sadly, are in the system. That's why, y'all, we got to get our shit together and take care of our own kids, because there's too many kids that are going to fall through the cracks because there's only so much people can do.
Yeah. No, I just think it's absolutely horrific what happened to that little girl. I just,
They
and
wouldn't let Layla eat much. Oh, that's all right, Zigzag. I always pick grandkids over. Maybe someday I'll have some I can. But I don't really know what else that we can say. That's all right, Michelle, tonight about it, because we don't. But I wanted to say who I was watching and stop making. Yes, Sandy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Quit
agree.
calling fake reports on people when there's real kids in real danger. So there's so many people that do that to get back at you, and not just kids. They'll do adult protective services. They'll do kids. They'll do anything. And then there's kids like this that need it. Oh, it's the firefighter EM2 who responded. Saw the bruises.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're out there wasting resources by being a petty asshole, fuck you.
Yeah. And it's probably a good thing that we can't see the pictures and they're not showing them, because they're just hearing about it. But the holding the pictures up there would be, it seems like, when Jennifer and what's his name, Joseph, would cry. They haven't.
No, they haven't. And that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. So, I mean, if you think about it, if something like that happened to your child, they actually did choke, and you were trying to save them, and it was an accident that you couldn't, and then somebody said you did that on purpose and you went to trial for it. I mean, would you not cry every time you saw the picture of them? I would. I would. But then again, I wouldn't abuse the fuck out of my kids. So sorry for my bad language.
No, I cuss like a sailor. Yeah, if you say something, like I said, if you say something, say something, speak up. Who has the? Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to say something. Have you noticed that a lot of serial killers, murderers, like Eileen Wuornos, and just a lot of them have these black eyes? Jennifer has those black eyes. She has those shark eyes, those crazy shark eyes.
She has. I agree with that.
I know, and I think it's a thing. I mean, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, probably wrong, but I think it's a thing because so many of these maniacs have those dark black, eyes. And oh man, when I saw her the first time, I was just like, oh my God, she's a psycho.
That may be true. Yes. When you see her, she she even looks mean though, even from her eyes to her mouth.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, there's the police interview, I can't hear it. It's on YouTube, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. I even put in my headphones. Sitting how I can't, I don't know. I didn't, my kids probably should have been punished a lot more than what they were. I can't believe people. Sweet Susie, yeah, watch, and because we're going to be live again and again about this until it's over. They look like no soul, no. Fostered a child for a while, let me tell you. She's 16 now.
Lovely Steph.
Yes, I do. Yes. We still hear from her. She has spoiled rotten sweet baby. See, we talked about it. And I know I couldn't let him go. But I have a friend that fostered and she ended up adopting. So, and that would be, I would want to. Just Judy would tell her to spit out that gum. Yes. And you know what? You get to a point where you hate somebody so much that everything they do makes you mad. But I seen her chewing that gum. I'm like, look at her just sitting there chewing her gum, not caring about anything. Just who let her have gum in court?
Yeah. I couldn't believe that either.
But I do wish I could hear her police interview. So if y'all find a really good copy of it, which I don't think there is one, the 911 call, you can hear it pretty good. There's a clip of it on YouTube.
Will they even release her police interview? I mean, they released that little snippet that I saw when they told her what the medical examiner had to say, and she started crying. But it was only like, I don't know, a few seconds of a clip. But will they release the whole interview before before they're done with the trial?
Well, it's on YouTube. I don't know. It's her and him, but you can't hear it.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, yeah,
See,
it takes.
Go ahead.
Oh, somebody said it takes a village to raise a child. It does. I mean, if you say something wrong, say something.
Yeah.
There's the 911 call. Yes. Thank you, Hopi.
Thank you, Hopi. I haven't seen that yet, so thank you very much for that.
Oh, you haven't seen the 911 call? Yeah. It's I want to say it's telling, but I mean, it's not. When you hear it, the only thing that set off alarms is when she says, "I hope I don't break her ribs."
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, to me, when I heard, well, I guess I did hear some of it, didn't I? That was suspect to me.
yeah. She,
Um,
yes, he looks like she has his balls in her pocket. Abso-freaking-lutely. But you know what? For him giving his balls away, he's going to go to prison too, and good on that.
yeah. You can't tell me he was not aware of what was going on. You know, he lived there for fuck's sake.
Right, right.
I don't
It's
know, Tina. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
what? I think I missed it.
She says, "How could you not feed a child? How could you take it
No.
away?" Just
Yeah, I'm lagging on the chat. How could you take? I know, and well, the bio mom, Tessa, she was saying, look how far the food is away from her and stuff, And I don't know if that was this woman. I think she's just evil, and the opening statements, because in the opening statement you learn a lot. Me too, Zigzag.
hopey dopey. I think it's gonna be at least. Don't you think it'd be a couple of weeks at least, Randy? The trial.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because they're not even halfway through their prosecutor the prosecution.
yeah. Zigzag. I went through three when we were struggling. I went through 3 winters here, snowy winters, without a winter coat for our 3 boys. And I would too. So that's all I have to say about that. My kids are everything.
There's nothing I wouldn't do. I
Yeah.
want them healthy, safe, happy. But I mean, and who hasn't had neighborhood kids come in their house and get food? I mean, you feed who you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Zigzag. I can't. I don't know. I think this is just going to get better and better, and I can't wait. I swear, if they Casey Anthony this bitch, y'all are gonna see me have a heart attack right on YouTube. Yeah, I mean it. Like, yeah, I think we got a good while to go on this one.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much more I can bear that defense attorney though. I can't stand that woman.
I fast forward through her a lot, so
Yeah. Yeah. She's so annoying. You look at the prosecution and how quickly they like rapid fire those questions at the witnesses, and they get through it without having to repeat anything, or unless they have to rephrase it because of an objection. And this Corinne person, it's like she's trying to, I don't know, make herself famous by
she probably is.
you know she's an ass. I
She,
just don't like her.
I knew that I was gonna like this prosecutor when in her opening statement she grabbed that poster and
Mm-hmm.
then threw it, and then I knew that the defense attorney was going to be an idiot when she said, "That's my poster." I was like, "Oh yeah, here we go.
Yep.
Buckle up."
Well, and then when she went to put the poster back, she kind of tossed it back on the table and it fell on the floor, and the judge told her pick that up.
Like a child, scolded her. I was like, "Oh,
Just throw that shit. Uh,
But I mean, facade. It's a facade. I'm like, I like her. She's gonna be
yeah,
for
I
this
really
baby.
like. Yeah, Ima, you gotta go watch this trial. The opening statements, you'll see what I mean. The prosecutor was just right on the money with everything that she said. Now, but then I don't know if you were here in the beginning when I said the defense attorney called this 4-year-old girl. She was 4 years old when her sister was killed. She called her a liar. She outright said Millie is a liar. And right then and there, I was like,
Yep. And honestly made the Rosenbaums out to be victims because
yeah. Oh, and the bullshit about her saying that the Jennifer especially is the victim of a conspiracy because she spoke out against, the council people or whatever. They're not doing their jobs right. She was, trying to get on the seat for some council. And so she was protesting here, protesting there, whatever. And so now it's a big conspiracy.
Yep.
And
Jennifer.
Yeah, the minute somebody says something like that to me, I'm like, get away. We're done.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's her first trial. I don't know if it's I don't know. She doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Like you can't really, she's one of those people who can't really tell her age. I don't know how old she is, but
I think she's slimy though. And who was that one witness that said to her, she was one of the foster moms, I think, one of the previous foster moms. And she told the defense attorney, stop trying to trick me. It ain't going to work.
yeah. And
it was
and when the mom, the bio mom said, she would say, "Can't you see this?" I mean, I thought she done really well on the stand. She said,
Yeah.
Can't you see this? Can't you see that?" And the lawyer looks at the judge and says, "Will you tell her I'm the one asking the questions?" I was like, "Oh, golly."
You know what? She's done that several times because it's like she turns around and she sounds like a little tattletale kid, like,
Are you gonna help me?
Yeah. And at first I was kind of like, I didn't care for the judge that much at first because he kept sustaining her objections, but when the prosecution would say something, he would be like, overruled. And I was thinking, whoa, okay, what's going on here? Because there were things that I think he should have sustained for the prosecution. But I'm not a lawyer, so I'm probably wrong. But at first I didn't like him either. And he's so laid back. It's like he just sits there, he doesn't say anything. And when you've watched other trials, you've seen the judge be more interactive, right? And so I don't know. I don't know how to read this judge because I don't know. He just
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know how to rate him either, but I think maybe he's in shock and this may be his first child victim. I don't know. It would be so hard to sit there.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think he seems to have gotten better about not. I think he's going to start hating the defense attorney as much as we are.
I hope so because she's wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
She is. She is dragging this stuff out. And there doesn't seem to be, I'm pretty sharp cookie, okay? But I'm not even getting the point of some of the things that she's doing, like with those pictures. Why show so many pictures and not ask more, poignant questions? It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why all those photographs are being entered into evidence because it's not been explained at all. So I don't see, and I keep waiting for the judge to say, "Where are you going with this, counselor?"
Yeah. Or we see him visibly roll his eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to trust DCS, and I do, to a point, but I think that they knew her, and knowing somebody when you see them at a ball game or at a gymnasium, you know, somebody, you don't know them, you don't know how they are. So they failed. They failed these babies. The
They did.
mama failed them, and then you got the aunt that only kind of wanted the one, you could tell, and then she couldn't keep them because of where she lived. I
Yeah.
felt bad for her too.
Yeah.
It's sad all
It's
the way
sad
around.
the whole way around. And I don't know. I need to watch day 5 because I really want to get caught up. I just haven't had a chance. We just got back from our vacation and we just moved into this house right before our vacation. So I'm
I
still
love your kitchen. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cute. But still trying to unpack boxes and ugh. So
Wow.
um but thank you for having me on. I mean, this was great to actually be able to talk to somebody about this because I've been chomping at the bit, to have a conversation and
Cool.
yeah.
This definitely won't be our last stream about it. I want
Okay.
everybody, please, if you can, get caught up and um right, zigzag. But it's going to be open panel because I want other people. I would like somebody to come up and say, I'm undecided. I wanted to be undecided.
I did too. I
But
did too.
I'm not. I can't. And y'all know when I automatically think, ooh.
Hopey dopey. It was really nice having you here as well. Thank you.
Yes, Carrie, I've seen the movie and I read the book. It's true. Yeah. Of course, I'm watching it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen it and read the book. So it's pretty good. It's crazy what they did. All right, y'all, we will hop off here. This was quick and we've got you, all what am I trying to say? Revved up now. Now I don't like to say popped your what, so I can't. I don't know your live stream. So now you could come on more. Zigzag. Once I get on something, that's all I think about. When I'm at work, I'm like, oh golly, I'll go to the bathroom and click on the trial just to read. That's how I was in the bathroom when I met that woman that knows Tessa, and I said, follow me on Instagram. Because that was the only social media she had.
Bye,
But
Zigzag.
it's definitely going to get better, y'all. So hang in there and stay on the trial because it's going to get better.
Yeah, and some of you get up here and talk about this because we need different opinions.
Yes.
It's not fun agreeing with Randy all the time. We need to argue.
Right. I need to argue with somebody. I will, Kathy. I promise. I miss your face, girl. I miss you. Yes, Carrie Y. Get in on this. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.